Hello everybody, welcome back to Language, Litigation, and Integration Part 35, Casual Conversations 2. As you can see, feeling very patriotic. I missed Labor Day this year, or making a video on Labor Day, but I made one on Memorial Day. Very patriotic, again, just over-flooded with just a screech of the eagles. This beautiful flag, and all it represents, all of our great rights, all of our great freedoms that we have here in America. And again, I just can't just sit around my apartment, just have to just spew out my patriotism. But just some more stories. Again, doing a lot of fundamental derivation here in America with absolutely no payment. Sounds like theft and fraud in violation of the Constitution. But again, go turn on CNBC or any news station. They'll be talking about the Constitution. That's only for the privileged people. Any race, any religion, if you're not fucking smart, you'll fit in. But if you work hard, if you have discipline, if you actually contribute meaningfully, people will get intimidated and then they'll torture you and then they'll hide behind whatever social structure they can. So we'll just give some stories about that. And remember, you can never go wrong with a little American flag action, baby. So stories about being a bouncer. I'll talk about moving into my new apartment. New in quotations. Talk about applying for a mortgage. And I'll give you some moral and legal imperatives. First story, being a bouncer. I'm getting in college, again, just turned 28 September 10th. I don't know, I was bouncer probably 20 to 21 at a bar called the O Patio on Columbus campus, Ohio State University campus, if you're familiar. I think it used to be called Barrels on High if you're older than me. Don't know what it's called now, if it's still operational, I'm assuming so. It's pretty foundational to OSU. But you never really, again, in my life, never really had real jobs because I was told to go to school and study. I went to school and studied and played sports and just sat there and said, when can I do my own research? And they were like, oh, well, just wait till some other indiscriminate day in the future. And of course it'll come around, and it literally hasn't. Even again, when I tried to turn a paper to a physics department, so that's kind of strange. But like I said, I never really had like real jobs. I've had a couple odd jobs here and there. I applied to be a dishwasher. I remember applying to be a dishwasher at Max and Irma's. And there was 3 candidates and I didn't get the job. So I don't know how I didn't get that one. But that was about the same time I was applying to be a bouncer. I've been a security guard before, unarmed security guard, just for free, again, another 4-month period. Probably never had an odd job for more than 4 to 6 months just because of school. I would much rather have worked. Again, I'm not an entrepreneur, believe it or not. Never wanted to be like watching Shark Tank, but to me, get IP, license it to a company, have an income stream, and have no employees. Start a business was never a part of my career aspirations, for real. And then people say, oh, be an entrepreneur because of a necessity. Again, fraud, violation of the Constitution, illegal activity is not like being pushed into a corner. That's when you go sue people and they get arrested. But if you don't have, again, access to the police departments, and again, talked about multiple times in this lecture series, calling the police. They know who I am. They know what I'm doing. They won't enforce anything, and they won't let me leave. And then just dumb shit happens. But we'll get to that. The story of being a bouncer. And so I was a bouncer at this bar. Again, at the time I'm again 190 now, good athletic shape. Even then I was probably about 220, good athletic shape. So I was a little bigger than I am now, about 30 pounds. Much stronger than I am now. I'm not a violent guy. I'm not a bragging, like a bodacious guy. I'm not a intimidating. I don't think I'm an intimidating guy, but like I don't get in your face. I'm not aggressive. And so, always letting my, again, friends at the time, again, and being underage, the bar pretty much let it. The manager would sometimes be like, hey, if there's too many underage people, to let them in. But it was like, you could pretty much let underage people in if they wasn't busy. And the managers would be kind of cool with it. So again, 20 at the time, letting underage people in, I mean, not really so much. Not so much younger than like 19, not younger than 19, I don't think. Anyone my age, because some people that I hung out with would be like a year younger. But point being is everyone, like 30 different people, I was the guy that they knew they could get into the bar free for. Just again, scapegoat. People just instinctually know how to manipulate you. And they don't invite you to the parties, they don't invite you to hang out, they don't invite you to any like couple girls in my old friend group, like they got a new house, and I remember it was like, again, like 8 people for like a housewarming party, and I was like the 9th person, and I just wasn't invited. When they needed into the bar, no problem. When I needed basic social functions, not a chance. But one time, again, And this happened again frequently, multiple times a week, certainly throughout the summer. Again, I was at OSU for a year and a half, bouncer for probably about 4 months. But one night, come back, and again, I would get off bouncing and I would have to clean up, so I'd get back like literally like 3:30 to 4 o'clock in the morning. And all these people that I let in that are just degenerate, fucking drunk, trashy people with no values, well, now they're all crashed out on my bed, right? When I said people fucking coming in my bed, yeah, when I'm at the bar working, after they get pissy drunk and they have literally no values and literally no behavioral skills, well, they just come and destroy your stuff at your house. And so, shout out to my old trashy friend Tim Dune, my old trashy friend Brendan Schlabig, and my old trashy friend Dalton, Nebraska. One day I come back. It's like 3, 4 in the morning. My bedroom's literally filled with people. Not filled with people, the 3 people that my old friends, but there's 2 people in the bed, 1 on the floor, there's no place for me to sleep, I go sleep on the couch. The next morning, there is a fucking mountain of throw up. Like, literally like an aggressive pile of throw up. Like, shit was like a pyramid. Giza had no chance to compete with this shit. Disgusting. My guess is Brendan, because he's a fat fuck. But I wouldn't surprise him, it was either Tim. Tim tends to piss all over himself when he drinks. So I don't really know which trashy friend threw up. But my point is they wouldn't tell me. Like, they wouldn't cop to it. They wouldn't admit to it. After I let these people in a fucking bar, again, regularly, they just manipulate whatever they need. And again, these are considered like close friends too. And then you just see them like gang up. When I'm talking about cults, so they literally see it's like, okay, clearly somebody fucked up and threw up, but we all collectively shouldn't tell Brad. And then they all operate on that mentality. Just like a gang, just like a mob, just on a really pathetic level. I remember really just thinking that, like, holy fuck. These are people I call friends, and it's like the instant Brad gets fucked, well, I'm a scapegoat. I'm supposed to take that. And then they all, mum's the word. And they do. Tim Dune's probably a doctor now, probably graduated medical school. Dalton, Nebraska's bought a house, has got a good sales job. Brendan Schlabig's probably touching kids at St. Francis Sales. He works at the high school we used to work at, so he's probably touching kids right now. Would not be surprised about that. Let me make sure I'm still rolling. And then one other bar story that really sticks with me. A girl named Margaret in our friend group, old friend group. One night come back from the bar, and I'm not having any, I'm just done with dumb shit. And I'm talking again, my room is filled with people. Like, I have a queen size bed, and it's maybe, again, a room about a little bit bigger than the size, but like the smaller of a 2-bedroom a bedroom in a 2-bedroom apartment, about that size. And I just want to lay down on my bed and go to sleep. And I'm literally trying to get people to move off of my bed that I pay $400 a month to live at. And they actually got mad at me. Like, I remember, like, holy fuck. These people are like aggressively mad at me that I'm like waking them up after they drink, they fuck, they're degenerates, they see nothing wrong with it, and now they're trying to start careers. So again, I'm not your friend no more, guys. And you guys fucking manipulated my life, you endangered my life, all of your families, again, literally spread gossip, that's slander, and it endangered my life and committed fraud for like 10 years. But Margaret says, when I'm getting, at this point in my room, I'm getting furious, I'm getting mad, just get the fuck out. And she goes, Brad, this is why no one ... Margaret Kistner. Brad, this is why no one likes you. Margaret, I don't think anyone fucking likes you. But you're right, no one likes me when I get mad that you guys are so goddamn privileged, so goddamn fucking entitled. That you think when I'm paying money and working a fucking 8-hour shift at night, that your prissy entitled cunt deserves a place to sleep and I fucking don't. Those are my old friends, for real. Yeah, they all have jobs, they all have careers, they never fucking contributed anything, they all cheated through college, all cheat on their fucking girlfriends and boyfriends and give no fucks about anything. They're so hopelessly selfish. So if you know any of those people, I would not hire them, I would not interact with them, I would not do anything basically respectful, because they will just piss all over your bed, fuck all over your bed, throw up all over your bed, and just say, well, Brad's a scapegoat, he should deal with it. So now, moving in, those are the type of people that get jobs, right? They go to college, now they have their degree, and now they cool down about 25 to 30, but these are real fucking people, and it really fucking happened for like 15 fucking years. So I don't really know why those people deserve to have jobs, I really fucking don't. Make sure I'm still rolling. So those were some stories from flashback to the past, but now again, where I left you off last time, again, I did not eat a consistent meal for 30 to 45 days because of ongoing active harassment from Grafton Park's management and their lawyers. But I got a new apartment, move in here. Again, same quality apartment. Apartment's fine, very average price and quality wise for what's around Columbus, Ohio, where I'm at. Right on the border of like New Albany, Westerville. But again, when I applied to this apartment complex, and just the first day, I'm not even gonna use their names because I'll tell you why, but it's an ongoing thing. And I'm just trying to have a place to do scientific research without getting harassed. And when I move in, I literally had to prove I had to show over $500,000 of liquid assets as well as a company worth over $5 million. So the manager here again wasn't sure that was a real business person or something, but they get offended. A person that again, she's probably not way older than me, probably 35 to 40. Again, I'm 28. You can just tell it's again, 28 is for someone who has a career is not having a little bit of money is not fucking rare at all anymore. I mean, at 20 it kind of is, but again, I've been working constantly for 15 years. So talking about a career finance is weird to me. But my point is I get disrespected. Instantly when I apply to this new apartment, I get disrespected. I'm actually not a sensitive guy. It's just okay, I have to send over this account, this account, this account, this account. But the point is, the reason I don't have a paycheck from OSU, a paycheck from MSRI is because of actual criminal activity. Actual literal crime. And so, I can't when two worlds collide, 100% get talking to professors and law enforcement agents on my porch about my research. But I can't say, hey, to this apartment complex, I'm a director of science. I'm the director of science. They just won't believe you. It's just the arrogance levels, they just don't believe you. But I move into my new apartment, I move in, I already get a weird vibe when I'm applying to the place, but I have no choices. I have 3 weeks because they serviced me a notice to cure, which I agreed with because the apartment's actually deficient. It had a fly infestation. The pipes were all gummed up. So I actually wanted to leave that apartment and they were in violation of the lease. Multi-billion-dollar company, 6, 7, 8 apartment buildings around Columbus, and I just wanted to again have them honor their own lease. Respect my rights and honor their own lease. It's literally legally obligated. But they wouldn't do so, so I left. Move into this place, get some weird disrespect. I'm a mid-level manager, literally getting lectures on that, not surprising. But then, what do I get? One morning I get a banging on my door. And the manager's like, "Are you smoking marijuana in there?" And I'm not. I have a medical marijuana card, active. I'm allowed to vaporize, I'm allowed to cook cannabis. When you cook cannabis, it smells like weed. And so, she bangs on my door, and she's like, "Are you smoking cannabis in here?" And then again, I know my rights, I could not let her in if I was, and I wasn't. Let her in the apartment. She comes in, sees my cannabis, and says, again, it says, it wasn't even yep, there it is, or we're anything. She said there was no confirmation, there was no smoking devices, there was nothing. It was just my cannabis in with the tags from the dispensaries I bought them at. And so her and her assistant leave the building, and I kind of thought it was done. To be honest, I went into the front desk just to follow up. I was well, what was that? Because they said there was 3 complaints, but there's other people around here. I smell cannabis from other people's apartments. It's not illegal. The lease here is it's a smoke-free community. Cannabis, tobacco. It's not the cannabis being illegal in the state of Ohio. It's the act of smoking, flame combustion to a plant material. But that's the same differentiation in Ohio law. That's why cannabis is legal. Now, full-on smoking cannabis should absolutely be legalized medicinally yesterday. But it is what it is. Here's the law, here's the lease agreement. I'm not in violation of any part of it. Go into the front office just to be is this how you guys handle complaints? She said there was 3 of them, which none of them were brought to my attention. So, and again, I'm 100% confident if the landlords watch this one, it's the vapor from the shower going through the shower vent. I've taken in just the cannabis out of that room and there should be no more smell in there. But if you don't tell me, I can't know. And so I just literally get the corporate contact card, just potentially follow up and say, this is just how you guys handle complaints. And then I just didn't think it was a big deal. And then that was on a Friday. And then bam, on Monday, Michael Jameson from Willis Law Firm LLC is back in my inbox. Let me make sure I'm still rolling. Dear Mr. Boas, please be advised this office represents the interest of the apartments I'm staying at. It has come to my attention you have engaged in conduct in violation of your lease agreement in Ohio law. False. Your client has engaged in conduct in violation of the Fourth Amendment. I have a right against unreasonable searches. A plant that is legal, that you can cook and vaporize, and you smell it outside of my apartment, which I'm literally actually not very confident it's not me, is protected by an unreasonable search. Again, no proof, no smoking device, and I would know my rights. I wouldn't have let him in if I was just baking out in here. Again, I struggle to say I have PTSD because I'm actively getting harassed. I would be able to eat and sleep fine and not need it, and I would still consume cannabis recreationally. If since I was a bouncer at this bar, I was allowed to have rights, or if again I'm a stone's throw away from OSU, I can't access OSU or any university or any law enforcement or any court. So again, just flatly wrong. This guy is, and I'm changing my tone. I said I did not want to ruin his career. He is not an active lawyer today because of unethical behavior, because of unlawful behavior, and confidence doing so. Specifically, my client detected the odor of marijuana coming from your unit. Literally no proof it was coming from my unit. And subsequently discovered marijuana in the apartment unit. Already talked about that. As you may be aware, possession of an illegal drug is in violation of your lease agreement in Ohio law. It is not an illegal drug. Asserting that is unethical and illegal. Smoking marijuana is also a violation of your lease agreement and disturbs the peaceful and enjoyment of the premises. This letter served you the notice, right to cure, blah blah blah, revised code, blah blah blah. Your tenancy is going to terminate on October 7th, 2021 if you fail to cure the above described conduct. No proof it's me. I've cured my described conduct. You're violating the Fourth Amendment, and if you act on it, Michael Jameson, you're going to go to jail. You're not a lawyer today, buddy. And this is the thing that makes me absolutely furious. Here's the next paragraph. All communication matters regarding this matter or your tenancy shall be addressed to this office. You are also instructed not to contact my client's staff members except via email or by phone. You are instructed not to enter the office leasing center as well. So once again, I did not swear at this client. In the last one, I said, fuck you one time to Lindsay Stevens. I did not raise my voice. I did not get angry. I literally asked for a contact card and left. A mid-level manager got offended that my voice is resonant. People get intimidated that I'm educated. That's actually what happens. There are laws. No one cares. There are lawyers. They're incompetent. And so that once again, they are charging me full rent without full access to the lease agreement, and I have no way to enforce this. This human being, Michael Jameson and William Willis. Michael Jameson's had a law degree for 3 years. He went to Capital Law School. Whoever signed off in his degree, whoever signed off on his bar exam, who on this planet proved why you have to take statutes by what is written? Did Michael Jameson go to a school that taught that when he got his degree? Is he harassing me in violation of the Fourth Amendment? Yes, yes, and fucking yes. Unethical behavior, illegal, getting signed off by William Willis. But again, I get it, Will. You're your Central Ohio scumbag. Probably went to Hilliard Darby, and then your kids went to OSU, and now you're just a worthless fucking Central Ohio family like everybody else I've ever met. But this is completely illegal. I'm in violation of no Ohio laws and not of the lease agreement. But again, to everybody else, again, this shit happened in a week, or in a month. New place, no complaints. I went to the pool party, had a little pool party, went around, met my neighbors. Said nothing rude to these people. Completely incompetent manager, violates my rights, and then I have no way to enforce anything. I can't go to court today, literally. I contact people every single day to go to court. So that was applying to my, but again, I've cured my behavior. Again, I will abide by the illegal request. You are instructed not to enter the leasing office. Michael Jameson, I'm a fucking judge. I am the judge. I am not defending myself. I am not a lawyer. I am literally reading legal statute and interpretation. So there remains nothing I can do to, again, access any human rights. And I'm getting harassed at my home. So what do? I apply for a mortgage. Let's see how that one went. Oh, and one more thing on the Michael Jameson Willis law firm. Morgan, sleazy scumbag corporate lawyers with no morals, no values. I'm sure they're raising their kids with stolen fucking property. But yeah, I emailed him back again, just a legal response, and he sent me another thing back, basically again agreeing with my interpretation of the cannabis. But it just says, you know, that it disturbs the peaceful enjoyment of the premises. How fucking vague is that? Someone burns their dinner and that upsets me once or twice a month. I can just get someone kicked out in 30 days. You don't notify them, you don't give them a chance to change, you just say, fuck you. Just fuck you. Peaceful enjoyment of the premises. The place I live right now, there's fat, trashy residents everywhere. No one throws their garbage away. Animals shit everywhere. Yeah, the peaceful enjoyment of the quiet premises. But my point is I did not know this. I specifically applied to apartment buildings that were not owned by Champion Properties. As you watched, and I told you guys, this guy just hung up on me on the phone as a literal judge trying to read a fucking sentence and give him a goddamn directive. But he, again, I'm sure his nose is still full of cocaine from law school. He's got his fucking worthless little job, and he's going to tell me what to do. He's going to tell me what the law is. Doesn't even have my email down here right. But again, you are instructed not to enter the office and leasing center. Michael Jameson, you are instructed to respect the United States fucking Constitution. You are incompetent to do so, so you are no longer a lawyer. But I applied to get a mortgage. Okay, again. And now the hilarious thing is, like, you can even check the times. The instant I got this message, this was when Bitcoin went from like 52,000 a coin to like 42,000 in like 15 fucking minutes. Like literally, actually. This was sent to me at like 8 on a Monday. I went to the gym, and by 11 o'clock when I got out of the gym, I had shed 120K off my account. So, in addition to the actual pure illegality, I'm still an open market investor, 100% exposed, with no time frames, failure to deliver $12 million. My real career is not even possibly started yet. And so I got that background stress going on too, and there's some nonsense. Apply to get a mortgage. Let me read you this wonderful conversation that I had with Rick Smith at Tel Ohio. So, going to get a mortgage again. I'm a member at Tel Ohio. I've been there for years, so I literally just go into one of the offices and say, "Hey, can I talk to someone about a mortgage?" Get someone's business card, and they say he doesn't work in the building all the time or something. Send him an email and they get started. Send him an email and it says, please send the following: 2020, 2019 personal and business federal tax returns, all schedules. And I have 2 years of tax returns showing nothing of revenue of any value on the alcohol. I'm about to have one on the bar with real revenue. I haven't filed personal taxes. I haven't had any substantial income, as well as, again, tremendous losses. Again, failure to deliver $12 billion is a write-offable loss. And then again, how do I value my time? You couldn't pay me enough money from the damages I've lost, so you still owe me taxes. 2 months of most recent bank statements. I have that, no problem. I have the patent. I've unified the natural sciences. I have hundreds of lectures. I have hundreds of musical copyrights. I have a business showing, I don't know, it would be 350 to 500,000, probably closer to 500,000 revenue. Ownership, again, the patent. I own CBD-enriched alcohol in the whole country. You can't make a phone call or make a literal statement of any language without demonstrating the mathematical law that I've proven. So it's a pretty good start. And I just sent him a response, and I'm just looking up for like $400,000. And then he just sends me this. Like I said, it's just like an application online. Again, I want to sit down with somebody and go over my fucking assets. And say, again, anybody with a good valuing IP could certainly get this valued. But it sounds like I will have to take this to the credit committee because you need an exception. Another man's going to tell me I need an exception to buy a home. No. For self-employed borrowers, again, I'm self-employed because of fraud and crime. You can't really tell these people because, again, when two worlds collide. I'm at the top of the world, yes, but I'm not allowed to exist yet. Because for most recent 2 years tax returns are the only way to determine income according to FH, Fannie Mae, and Freddie Mac. What kind of investment bankers are you fucking cunt dick-sucking retards? The only way to assess value is to fucking appraise an asset. You can have income for 2 years and lose your job in 5 minutes.
If I have a fucking patent with 15 years on it, all you need is someone that understands the IP landscape, and it's more valuable than an income stream. Facts. But again, that would require a mid-level banker to have any real assessment of appraising assets or understanding the economy, which nobody watches my economic lectures, so everybody else is again stealing from me. You can't provide this is the reason I have to ask for the exception. It's now out of my hands and up to whatever the committee thinks. He didn't send one thing back to me. Not one meeting. I asked for a meeting in person. It's now out of my hands. What the fuck? I'm going to have to show what benefits there will be to have them give the exception. The benefits are I'm writing your children's fucking textbooks. Your children are not going to do anything in their lives besides fuck and have kids and try to make some money. So I'm teaching everybody. That's the benefit. I need you to help me make you look like gold, so whatever you can give me as a proof would be helpful. A banker asked me for a proof. No problem, Rick Smith. The proof is part 98 on the internet. And then I respond, I can show you cash and equivalents in person when works. Also, could most likely get a cosigner with plenty of returns. Please let me know, Brad. And so again, because I have a substantial amount, again, I've more than the amount of loan I applied for, I have more in cash, and again, just in cash, not considering the bar, not considering any valuation of any other property I have. And no response. Literally in a week. Like literally, what was it? 3 days. And then he called me one time, but again, like I wanted an in-person meeting. No, it was 3 days, but it was the business day. It was like Monday to a Friday. And I said, no response. Would appreciate some professionalism, LOL. And then he left me a voicemail. He was like, give me a call when you can. And I got already sense it was like, again, whatever this committee shit is, again, they're all stealing from me. I'm suing Ohio executives. You know who I am, right? If you don't, you should, again, you have some sort of professional obligation to do some research. So I just deleted his voicemail and said, don't call me again. And I said, good luck with your career. And he says, Brad, am I missing something? I told you in the beginning what to expect, and your loan was going to committee due to the exception that you were needing. Again, I can get cosigners. It seems as if I'm getting nothing but attitude from you. Rick Smith, if I want to give you attitude, man, again, I'm teaching your children how to think. I'm going to give you attitude, buddy. It seems as if I'm getting nothing but attitude from you, although I'm going over and beyond to try to get you a mortgage loan. Over and beyond is fucking unifying the natural sciences and still working every single fucking day. That's more than over and beyond for historical reference. But yeah, again, not one in-person meeting, not one explanation of the committee, not one real assessment or appraisal of assets or values. He's going above and beyond with 2 emails. Rick Smith, baby. You have not returned my call, but you send a condescending email. Because I want some basic fucking competence. At this point in my life, I do want to be a businessman that people recognize. So I don't get this shit when I try to buy a house, because I'm getting harassed at my home, and I had to move twice, and again, I've had to move a month ago for crime, for failure to respect their own lease. I'm sure you know that you do not qualify for a mortgage loan as it stands due to being self-employed so recently. No, I do fucking qualify, Rick Smith. You don't deserve a fucking home. You don't deserve a fucking, I don't need a loan, buddy. Rick Smith, buddy, you have to show up to your work every day, suck a dick to get a paycheck. So I don't need a loan. I need some basic human decency and some basic respect and some basic business acumen. That's what I need. But, again, those fucking trashy sports players that grow up to get jobs. The committee has decided to bypass on giving an exemption for your loan. Whoever the fuck these people are, they are never allowed to have any access to any of my information. I'm suing all of these people personally. If you're another man and you tell me I don't deserve a home while you steal my property and you're oblivious, I will throw your career away in 5 seconds. So, to which I responded, no thanks, we'll find, no, and then he sent me another thing right after that too. He double-sended me. This was fucking hilarious. I'm getting double emailed by a banker. But, well, he sent me something else. I said, what did I say? I said, kick rocks. I said, above and beyond, and you have zero idea how to appraise assets because you wouldn't sit down or review anything in person. Amazingly incompetent, kick rocks, Rick. He said, will do, thank you. And then he says, by the way, if you ever change your mind, about what? You're still a fucking incompetent middle-aged man with you, and he's got, I'm not going to be too specific, but he's got, I looked up, he's got kids at OSU. One of them's at speech pathology. What are you learning in speech pathology at OSU? Where do you think those proofs are coming from? So I got some worthless old middle-aged man having kids, again, he has to suck dick to fucking pay a fucking tuition, and then they go and steal my property directly, literally. I do not qualify for a mortgage loan, motherfucker. You don't deserve a fucking house. I'm so tired of people telling me I don't deserve a home, I don't deserve a family, I don't deserve my property. And it's true. So I just, and I said, like he said I can come in and sit down and talk about it. That's what I asked for the first time. That's literally what I asked for the first time, and he didn't respond in a week. He says, I don't qualify, motherfucker. Okay. So now I said, no thanks, we'll find someone else. Asked to sit down, and he didn't respond in a week. And I've asked that's valued $10 million plus with no response. And now the committee will pass. I'll find someone with a little more competence, thanks. With a little more competency and decency, thanks. Thanks to Ohio. So that's what happened when I applied for a mortgage loan. Again, fuck Americans. Fuck you're dead. There's General McKinsey. Let's go through the moral and legal imperatives now. So again, that's my day today for real. Getting kicked out of a lease agreement because of the fly infestation, and then violating laws, and it's the same lawyer, and then I can't get a mortgage. So I have some moral and legal imperatives that must be followed. So, for no other reason, because of ongoing criminal activity, other men and women profiting from illegal stolen IP, as well as hilarious violation of a lot of my constitutional rights, if not all of them. 25-year NCAA ban for OSU, nothing. No sports, no anything, no questions. I will be buying and selling the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Columbus Crew, and I'm going to sell them out of Columbus. And then maybe if you trashy people, if all of these trashy people can maybe learn to behave, maybe I'll bring the sports teams back to the city. But maybe not, though. Honestly, maybe not. Sports have destroyed and deteriorated any moral or social value this species could possibly fucking have. And Columbus, Ohio is the fucking root of it. People, any point in time, people, again, how easy it is for somebody to have fucking structured income, federal tax returns with 2 years of jobs, and everybody that cheated in college, that just fucking had one networking capacity, someone just gave them the opportunity, and now they have a home and a family, and I don't. So no more games for all the lazy, trashy fucks here in Columbus, Ohio. Legal and professional complaints against anyone violating my rights will be sued and fired. Again, like Rick Smith, again, one of his children is an active student at OSU, and they're stealing my property today. I'm sure you don't qualify for a loan. Rick Smith, go suck a dick. You can't even pay your own fucking bills. A man that can't pay his fucking bills, why the fuck do you breathe, buddy? Honest question. But again, and my old friends too, like my buddy Tim Doon, he's like I said, whoever talked about him texting me, again, incapable of respecting mathematical or scientific proving as a late year medical student. At some point, competence matters. You actually have to be able to do your job. And again, anyone violating my rights, like I said, William Willis, they're not lawyers today, I'm speaking as a judge. My research is banned eternally from public view for abandonment. One person finds a way to put $50,000 in my mailbox, I would not say that. My art is never allowed to be publicly posted anywhere. World governments are going to pay me for licenses, and I'm going to give you very specific rules. Or you're just going to keep stealing my research anyway. At some point, people have to sustain substantial financial penalties for what's going on, and if you've committed treason, you either need to die or go to fucking jail. No one from OSU, St. Francis Sales in Columbus, Ohio, Champion Properties, or Casto Properties is ever allowed in an exhibition of my resources or art in any country, at all. These people want to kick me out of my house. Michael Jameson wants to treat me like I'm not a judge, not like I'm, again, an angry person with 30 YouTube subscribers ranting again. The thing that offends people, the reason Michael Jameson hung up on me is speaking clear, direct logic with a resonant voice. Education literally scares people who think they're educated. But ever, they're not allowed to see anything I do. And Jennifer, all I can do is take your fucking professional life from you. You've already taken more from me. Again, I don't get 30 years back of my life. I don't get today. I don't get tomorrow. Maybe if people could ever stop murdering their own citizens and just walking away and seeing no fucking responsibility for it. Nothing more offensive, nothing more disrespectful, forget offensive, disrespectful to dead people than lying about how they died. But yeah, we'll never forget 9/11. How did those buildings fall down with no air resistance? But never forget the false narrative. Yeah, it's really honoring those dead people. Police Chief Quinlan, Police Chief Bryant, Mike DeWine, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Andrew Ginther, DeSantis, Abbott, Gottlieb, Fauci, Joe Rogan, Sean Carroll, Ed Whitten, Mark Cuban, David Eisenbud, Peter Thiel, Lex Friedman, Eric Weinstein, and General McKenzie for murder must spend time in prison for fraud, treason, theft, negligence, endangerment, as well as fine for any investments made. Tired of seeing Mark Cuban fucking employ Peter Patton starting a coding school for kids and saying algorithms, directly stealing my fucking property while I get harassed at my home. Mark Cuban can release $12 million to me today. David Eisenbud, James Simons can release $12 million to me today, and again, it's just normal business for them. But it's my money. I get harassed at my house, and no one fucking cares. Last one, any medical doctor or healthcare professional denying biological directives are not licensed today. You're a nurse that is anti-vax, you're not a nurse today. You lose your degree today. You're a cancer doctor and you're not prescribing cannabis today, you're going to be sued for it, and you're not a doctor today. So again, at some point, right, I love that energy. Fuck, was it Buzz Aldrin? Someone comes up to him and says he didn't land on the moon. Gets mad, just punches him in the fucking face. Love that fucking energy. All that motherfucker did was land on the moon. I fed an entire species with mathematical proofing. Teach a man to fish, leap forever. You guys are gonna fucking eat forever. But you endanger my life. You harass me literally constantly. I've never had a stable life in legitimately like 10 years at all, period at all. I'm owed a disgusting amount of money. It's the same conversations, but it's just new crime. So I'll give you an update. See, again, I've cured my behavior. I don't want to leave this apartment. Somebody doesn't want to move. I don't want to fucking have to buy a house too soon. So that's what I have for Casual Conversations Part 2. And again, all of the people out there that refuse, when you guys actually watch these videos, it's going to be fucking hilarious. Your kids are not going to be allowed to watch them directly because you just didn't support them as I made them. So fuck all my old friends, fuck all the trashy people from this community. You guys think I'm ranting, I'm not. Again, I'm a 28-year-old man, I can't buy a home. People tell me, other men tell me I don't qualify for a home because they don't know how to fucking value assets. And they just don't know how to be decent and respectful. So again, Americans, especially Ohioans, try to grow up. Try to care about one another. Try to care about yourselves. Try to start a business. Try to learn an instrument. Try to learn a language. Try just not to steal property and sit around like lazy fat animals. All good ideas you can try out on your own. But thanks for watching Casual Conversations 2.